He told everyone we were just a test, but forgot to tell me. I didn't believe it until the day his dentist looked at me, confused, almost pitying, and asked, "You're married to him?" That question cut deeper than any truth I had ever tried to ignore. In that moment, I realized I was living in a lie. This is based on real events. What I'm about to tell you happened to me, and it still hurts when I remember his words. That morning, I went to his dentist. She's known him for years. They laughed, joked, spoke like old friends. I liked her until she asked, "So, are you two together?" I answered proudly, "Yes, I'm his wife." Her face changed, confused. He never said he was married. Those words echoed inside my head. When he arrived home, I couldn't hold it in. I asked, "Why did you never tell her we're married?" He smirked, that same cold smile that always makes me feel small. "Because we're not. Not on paper." I froze. "What do you mean we're not?" He shrugged. "We're in a test relationship. I'm still deciding." My heart dropped. My body felt like it didn't belong to me anymore. He laughed as if it was a joke, as if my tears were unnecessary. "Don't make it bigger than it is," he said. "We're just trying things out." Trying things out? After all the nights I stayed awake waiting for him, after every dinner I cooked, every fight I forgave, I wasn't his partner, I was his experiment. I looked at him and asked, "And what if I fail your test?" He didn't answer. He just turned away, grabbed his phone, and left the room like it was nothing. Sometimes we love people who never saw us the same way. If you've ever felt like a test in someone's life, you're not alone. Stay until the end. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling. My mind replayed his words. A test relationship, like my love, was something he could measure, grade, and discard. He walked in later, acting normal, asking about dinner. I wanted to scream, but I didn't. I smiled, said everything was fine. Because sometimes silence is the only shield we have. In the days after, I noticed how he avoided using the word wife. To his friends, I was someone he was seeing. To his colleagues, a girl he lived with. To himself, maybe nothing. Every time he said it, something in me broke a little more, but I kept pretending. I told myself maybe he'd change. Maybe one day he'd finally say, "This is my wife." But that day never came. Instead, I found messages on his phone, women calling him single, funny, free, and him laughing back. I realized then that I wasn't in a marriage. I was in a waiting room, waiting for him to choose me, waiting for a love that never truly existed. One night, while he slept, I sat beside him and whispered, "You don't need to decide anymore." I already did. He never heard it, but I did. And that was enough. The next morning, I looked in the mirror. My reflection looked tired, but freer. I finally understood being in a test was never love. It was control. I walked out of that house knowing he'd tell people. She failed the test, but deep down, I knew he was the one who never passed. Sometimes life gives you the cruelest lessons disguised as love. They hurt, they leave scars, but they also open your eyes. You are not what they want you to be. You are what pain turned you into, stronger, braver, awake. So if someone ever makes you feel like an option, remember this. You don't need to pass anyone's test to be enough. You already are.